I believe it started back with Cosmopolitan magazine's quizzes and Teen Bop quizzes where it's, am I a good kisser? Am I a good friend? We only knew we were that if we answered the quiz in the manner in which it told us that. So we started at a young age being conditioned to only seek our answers outside of us. Welcome back to One's Journey of Unwinding the Mind and, of course, your daily microdose. Now, tune in to the latest episode of One's Journey. Today, I want to talk about personal development. I want to talk about personal development, the act of consumption, and the act of integration, and where we are at as a society, and my own personal journey as well. Personal development, I believe we have created false idols out of it. I believe we are seeking our salvation through personal development, such as the consumption of podcasts, going to retreats, reading books, listening to Audible, all of the above. I think what has occurred is that we are using it for dopamine hits and distraction from our own answers within, distraction from the things within us seeking our attention and assistance in the forgiveness at the level of the mind. I think we've swung the pendulum. I remember back when I was younger, I would go to Barnes & Noble and I would sneak into what was called then the self-help section. And I would grab books, and Ram Dass's Be Here Now is actually one of the first self-help type section books that I was exposed to, which is interesting thought that it was in that section. But anyway, it's one of the first. And I would sneak a book out, and my friend, my roommate, worked there. And I would wait for her to get off work, and I would get a bigger book and put the self-help book inside of it and read it because it was taboo. You did not want to be caught by someone you knew in the self-help section of Barnes & Noble. Now, good freaking luck getting into the personal development section at Barnes & Noble because there are so many people in there. Because we are consuming at astronomical rates. Like, I don't know the actual rates because, to be honest with you, I don't read statistics like that. But I can tell you, from what I see, we are consuming at astronomical rates. And what I believe is that our consumption is a false idol. We believe if we are consuming mass amounts of personal development, therefore we are bettering ourselves. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. One of my favorite Chinese proverbs is to know and not do is to know nothing at all, which I believe is so true. And if you are consuming personal development at a rate of even 2 books a week, 1 book a week, 1 book every couple weeks, when are you integrating? Because we know there's studies that say on average it takes 21 to 90 days, I believe, to create a new habit. So if you, let's say, read a book and it takes you a week or 2, and then you immediately go to the next book, you by no means had any opportunity to integrate anything you learned for at least 21 days. I think a big fad that has got us on that train is also that we believe that our answers are outside of us, and they're not. And I'm not saying that personal development is not helpful. It is a very great walking stick, but it is a very dangerous crutch. Because what I believe is happening is your subconscious stores things in very literal terms. So I believe when you are constantly consuming personal development, you are reiterating to your subconscious that you know nothing and that you must seek your answers outside of you. So what I think then occurs is that we turn into groupthink. We stop thinking for ourselves, and we only seek outside of us those answers that are actually meant to be found within. And yes, there is some personal development that is created as a walking stick to help get you to your answers within, but a person must internalize it as that. You must see that book as a walking stick, not a crutch. Take the time to absorb and integrate for it to actually be successful. So a lot of times When clients come to me, they immediately want to know, like, what are all the modalities you use? What are you going to give me? What workbooks are you going to give me? What things are you going to teach me? And I'm like, I mean, I have some tools in my tool belt, but pretty much what I'm here to do is to be that clear vessel, to reflect back to you, to be that mirror that will help you to see the areas in which are lacking forgiveness at the level of the mind. And also to reflect back to you, what is your highest self saying? I'm just a vessel for the Holy Spirit, a vessel to communicate to you from the Holy Spirit. And the second I turn and create some sort of blueprint or something, I'm attempting to tell you again that you don't have your answers. I do. And I do not believe that is true at all. But with personal development, we are making everyone believe that to be true. I have a reel on my Instagram that I made probably 6 months ago. And it's when I really started to realize this, that I'm 39 years old. My generation was conditioned to seek their answers outside of them. And I believe it started back with Cosmopolitan magazine's quizzes and Teen Bop quizzes where it's, am I a good kisser? Am I a good friend? Like, we only knew we were that if we answered the quiz in the manner in which it told us that. We started at a young age being conditioned to only seek our answers outside of us. And it makes sense why the personal development movement was so huge for our generation, because we had already been conditioned to never look for our answers within. And again, I'm not saying the personal development world is absolute crap. I'm saying it's become an addiction. People are consuming personal development, so many different things. I wanted to do this video because I want you to be aware of what you are consuming. Because in this process of the personal development consumption, we then turn a lot of the people who are creating the personal development into idols, right? False idols. We place them up on pedestals as though they're above us and that they have more information than us and they have more experience than us, when in fact they do not. You contain that as well. We are one mind projected into many. Yes, we experience things differently, but the access to the universal truth is the same. So I'm here to say, be careful. Be very careful. I know for myself, it has been a slippery road, very much, especially with my understanding of what truth is, what the solution is, and how to get home. It's ahead of time, right? There's not a lot of people on this journey, but I was so trained to believe that there has to be tons of people that know more than me, and so needed an idol that I got frustrated. I was following people on Instagram left and right. I'm like, babe, oh my gosh, they're manifesting, they're doing this, they're doing that. Like, I thought they were in line with the course. And but in all reality, we have the best coach within us, and that is the Holy Spirit. So if you work on anything, if I could give you one recommendation to work on, is to clear out the noise so that you can hear the best coach you have within you, which is the Holy Spirit and your highest self. That is the one that knows your truth, knows the walking sticks you need to get fully to your truth and your happiness and your eternal peace. And it's free. Holy shit, it's free. So if you find yourself continuously consuming personal development, I ask you, I challenge you to take a week off. Take a week off of personal development. If that prickles you right there, if that made you feel any certain way, that is a strong invitation to get curious around personal development for you and how you are truly using it. And is it beneficial, or has it become a crutch? I hope this video, again, was beneficial for you, gave you some insight, got you some areas to get curious in your own life, gave you some reflection to clear out some more noise that's holding you back from the best coach ever, which is the Holy Spirit, the one that knows way more than I do, way more than the $1 million coaches out there. As always, until next time, remember you are worth it. Bye.